Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Entertainment Podcast, your source for all things entertainment. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Ashley Fauset on the line, and she's Chief Operating Officer over at Stardust Entertainment. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I'm excited to get into Stardust and talk a little bit more about the platform, how you got started, and also its unique rating system. So a lot of things we got to cover here today. Just to start out with, though, tell us a little bit more about the background of Stardust, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Stardust is the social app where fans can come together and discuss the movies and television shows that they really love. So Stardust was born out of sort of a need in the marketplace to really get granular and have, deep discussions around film. So our founder was a huge Game of Thrones fan. And, as that series was on TV, he was really looking for a community where he could get granular about, what happened in the latest episode and theorize about, where the plot was going or which characters might come to an early demise. And he saw a real lack in that most social networks are pretty broad, right? They're there to serve a place for people to connect sort of just about any topic. And so Stardust was launched, which really caters to discussion around films and TV, even to the episode level. And it's been a really, really great place for community and film fans.
I love it. And what's so interesting to me about it also is that, so once upon a time, to me, it's like the evolution of social, in my opinion. So, for example, once upon a time, like let's just say using your founder's example, he may have joined maybe a Facebook group or something like that. That was about it. But Facebook doesn't really let you get the content, doesn't let you get the information. Also, I think we should go a little bit more into your rating system and what that looks like, because it's just, to me, this is like the evolution of what social should be. So next step, let's get into this rating system and what that means.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So, like you said, joining a Facebook group about Game of Thrones is super broad. And what Stardust allows you to do is you can get really granular and go into a very specific episode of a season of a show, right? And you can leave a rating on that particular episode. So maybe you've watched Stranger Things in general.
Let's not glance over that, by the way, Ashley. So just for other listeners, because it's a little fast, you can go into one particular episode and break that down and follow conversations about that episode, not just the season or what's going to happen in a broad manner. It's amazing.
Well, exactly. And I think, those are the bite-sized conversations that people are yearning to have. And if you think about the way we consume content these days, a lot of shows are streaming now. And so people are watching all in one go. They're not watching things on a weekly cadence where, Monday morning at the water cooler at work, everybody was going to be talking about, last night's episode of The Sopranos or Friends or The Office or whatever it was that everybody was consuming at the same point in time. But as we've shifted to this streaming model where entire seasons are available all in one go, those conversations stop happening in real life, right? So think about, the latest season of The Mandalorian drops and you watch it all, but you meet up with your friends and you say, oh my gosh, have you watched this? And they say, no, not yet, but I'm going to. And so those points of contact between people who were typically having those conversations with one another has sort of slowed. And so what Stardust enables you to do is to come into the app, you go straight to the show, straight to the episode that you just watched, and you can leave a rating on the episode. You can react and leave a video reaction talking about how crazy that plot twist was or, what you think might happen to a character in the next episode. And then you can look at other comments left by users and watch their reactions to that same episode. So at any point in time, you can find and join the conversation that's relevant to what you're watching when you're watching, which is really unique.
No, I love it. And what's been the reaction like from the user base? Like, tell us a little bit more about the functionality and just some things because this is audio, right? If you're in video, we can do a screen share and show them. But since this is audio, I mean, give us a feel for how the experience feels.
Sure. So when you're new to the app, you'll sign up, you'll add your favorite movies and TV shows to your list, which then will populate a home feed for you to catch up on the latest trailers or entertainment news about a particular movie that you're interested in. And then the primary focus of the app is video reactions in a short form, 30-second bite for people to watch. So say last night you watched, Rise of Skywalker again, and you felt really compelled to react. And so you take 30 seconds and you talk about how that movie made you feel or what you wanted to see out of it or why you didn't think it was so great, whatever that is. And so you can follow other users. You can follow media. We have a really broad set of entertainment news and articles, so we're staying on top of the latest trends and what's happening from a movie and television perspective. And there are also really cool things like interactive polls you can post and answer. We've got machine learning and AI capabilities to serve users one-to-one recommendations, which is very cool and unique. We've got the latest trailers. So there's a lot of content from sort of every aspect of the entertainment world, all in Stardust, available right at your fingertips.
So, I mean, what you're really doing here is you're linking communities. I mean, tell us a little bit more about kind of the communities that are building around this.
Oh, yeah. The communities are so great. And what's been really interesting to watch as Stardust has evolved over the past couple of years is that our community is a really supportive, open place. We don't have trouble with trolls or people leaving really negative reactions. Everybody is pretty encouraging and open to opinions and the kind of content that we're all sharing within the app. So we've seen lots of sort of sub-communities bubble up around particular media or franchises. Like we have thousands and thousands of users who are diehard Marvel fans. So anytime there's any news about a new Marvel movie coming out or a trailer has dropped,
I can't even imagine.
There's a huge surge, right? May the 4th was not that long ago, and so Star Wars Day, everybody was back in the app rewatching and leaving new reactions to all the Star Wars movies, or they're like watching them all in succession again. So we definitely see like these waves and surges around a lot of popular titles. Especially upcoming titles, and there's always a lot of conversation around new trailers that drop, speculation about how that movie might go. There's a lot of really cool conversation and supportive, even when, users might have conflicting ideas. They're open to listening and, taking into consideration an angle that they thought or they may not have considered, or, a plot point that they didn't think was useful, but somebody else did. And so they sort of, it's a really cool two-way street.
Oh, man, that's awesome. So let's talk about, so for the listeners that want to download Stardust or use the platform, I mean, let's talk a little bit more about that and kind of the features of it in terms of streaming. Does it link all the streaming? I mean, give us a little bit more of that flavor, please. Just the technical side.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we're available in the App Store and in the Google Play Store if you search for Stardust. You can also find more information on our website at stardust.co. And it's super easy to download. It's free. And like I said, you'll add your favorite TV and movies to your list as you sign up. You'll be able to start following all of that media, leave video reactions, post polls, read articles. It's pretty easy to use right out of the gate.
Fantastic. Well, Ashley, thank you for coming on the show today. Love what you're doing over at Stardust and how you're helping really community build around people's favorite topics, whether it's their favorite TV or show, or their favorite show or movie. I mean, it's just great stuff. I love to see what you're doing over there. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to go check out Stardust. Definitely going to get a lot of value out of that. And don't forget to also subscribe to the podcast. If you're here for the first time, definitely don't be a one-time listener. Keep on coming back, and we love to keep the conversation going. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Entertainment. And Ashley, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you, Adam.